Hello, my name is Bettina Forget. I'm the director of the SETI Institute's Artist-in-Residence program, and I have a challenge for all our wonderful Imaginarium artists, and it's based on this, Kepler's Somnium. Now, you may know Johannes Kepler more as a mathematician. He is, after all, responsible for discovering the three laws of planetary motion. But did you know that Carl Sagan also called his book, The Somnium, the first ever science fiction novel? Now, Kepler wrote The Somnium a little bit by accident. It's actually based on his student thesis. Basically, Kepler imagined that he was standing on the surface of the moon, and he was looking back at the Earth and the planets, and he was describing celestial motion. The thing is, though, that he believed that the sun was at the center of the solar system, and that was not a popular belief at the time. This heliocentric model of the solar system is a bit of an heretic idea. So his thesis advisor at the time says, no, you're not publishing this, no. So Kepler put it aside, but then he had this idea and he said, well, if I fall asleep and in my dream, I fly to the surface of the moon and I observe celestial motion, it's not heresy. I'm just dreaming. It's just fiction. And thus was born Kepler's Somnium. Somnium is Latin for the dream. And it's a curious little tale. I must admit, Kepler is more of a mathematician than a sci-fi writer, but it's still super interesting. He describes this young man from Iceland who goes to see Tycho Brahe, the famous Danish astronomer. And then he talks about how you get transported to the moon by a spirit during a solar eclipse. And he also describes the strange creatures that he imagines would live on the moon, like these serpent-like creatures that live deep in the oceans of the moon, because at the time people thought maybe there's water on the moon. He also describes pine cones kind of life forms that spring to life at night, and these kind of spongy monsters that hide in the caves of the lunar mountains. So there's a lot to go on. Unfortunately, though there are quite a few translations from the original Latin text, none of them are illustrated. And I think this is where you come in. I think you should create some illustrations of Kepler's Somnium. Maybe one of the scenes from the tale, or one of the really imaginative creatures that Kepler dreamt up. And I'm really interested to see what you will create. So this is my challenge to you for this month. I will keep a very close eye on a Facebook page and on Instagram and see what you post. So thank you for participating, and stay healthy and safe. Bye for now.